Hello, back again to do another unboxing and review. Today we're going to be looking at a mini wireless keyboard from Riitek. This is model RTMWK01. So as the name suggests, this is a mini keyboard that I believe you can fit in your pocket. And it has not only a keyboard, but there's a little track pad on the side of it, so you can use it as a mouse as well. Now, Riitek, I have never heard of this company actually until now, and this will be my first item purchased from them. Okay, now let's go ahead and do a quick around the box, and I'll just flip it around right away, and you can see, yeah, not much as far as packaging. We really do appear to have just a little cardboard box with very minimalist graphics printed on it, just their name and a QR code and some other little bits down there, but the majority of it is taken up by these stickers here. So let's go ahead and of course look at the stickers. So this sticker, which seems to be like the primary one, gives you a quick package list of what's in the box. So that would be the mini wireless keyboard, a 2.4 gigahertz receiver adapter, a mini USB charging cable, and a user's manual. Under all that, you'll see a date that's printed there. In this case, is 2018-08-25. Interesting enough, that's right around when I purchased this, so I'm not sure if that is the date of them putting this in its box, or if that's actually when this device was manufactured, or maybe both. Anyway, going down there we have the barcode. Okay, so there's Riitek, the model number I already told you. It has layout US, so there's evidently different key layouts. I believe one of them was Russian, and so of course I got the one for US since that's what I'm used to. Alright, color, black. Apparently there might be other colors, although, well, at least where I got, the vendor I got it from, all of them, they only had black as an option, which was fine. Black, timeless color. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so let's go over here, and we have a QR code that actually does seem to go to a website. That website is www.riitek.com. So, yeah, riitek.com. Alright, now, interesting, we have this little sticker up here, and I'm just going to, I thought it was interesting, so I'll just cover it. Now, there's writing way at the top, underneath where my thumbnail is, and I don't think you're going to be able to see that through the camera, so I'll read you what it says. It says, Chinese Anti-Counterfeit Association. So, yeah, okay. And below the barcode there, below this barcode there, you can see there's this little gray band, and you're not going to be able to read what's inside that gray band, but I'll tell you, it says scraping coating. So, I don't know, it almost looks like that thing like on lottery tickets or whatever you scrape off. I'm not sure. But anyway, as far as what it is, it's just a sticker on the box, so it's not actually like a seal. It's just something they slap on there, and I guess since it's only they have these stickers, so if you see it, you knew it came from them and not some knockoff within China. Okay, so, alright, and other than that, just, they're world's most mini handheld wireless keyboard / mouse. Okay, it's the most mini, alright, and then nothing on there. Just some stuff like that, and again, nothing on the back. Now, talking about the package of the box real quick, you can already see there's, some dents there, and it got kind of smushed over here. So, yeah, I'm hoping the device is okay, but I don't really think this package is adequate enough, at least not to be sent overseas in only a bubble mailer. Alright, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and get to the unboxing here. Well, there's no shrink wrap to take off or anything. I just take this little tab here, little cardboard tab, pull that up, and there we go. So I'm seeing contents. We'll pull up the first thing we see. So we have USB. Okay, that's USB female right there. And then, okay, look at that. That's mini USB. For those who don't know, mini USB is what came out before micro USB, and of course micro is what came out before Type-C. So yeah, this is like 2010 type plug, but I suppose it'll do the job, I guess. So I don't know if they really needed to make Type-C or anything. So anyways, it should be enough, but it's cool that they give you this little pass-through here. So okay, we'll have to see how that works. Okay. So then down here we have something else. Okay, well there appears to be, that's the device. Make sure there's nothing else in the box. I believe that was owed an instruction manual, right? So here's our manual. Oh, it's actually in English. Let's see if the other side. Oh, okay, so this is an all English one. So they'd probably put in the appropriate manual based on the shipping to address. So I got the one in English. Okay, here we go. We have a little thank you card from Rii. Thank you for purchasing Rii products. Alright, and then just dear distinguished customer. Alright, well that's kind of cool. So I'll put that aside. Alright, so let's get to the main item here, and that being the keyboard. Most mini keyboard mouse. Alright, so even before taking it out, this does look like something you could fit in your pocket. So... take it out of this little sleeve, and there we are. Oh, it's a Rii Mini X1. Okay, so before even looking at the manual, let's just go ahead and see what we have here. Okay, we have some little LED indicators, it looks like, on the upper left. We have, okay, so you have some keys serve multiple functions, and hence the function key to unlock more features. They are nicely color coded, so you know what key to pair with the function button. Okay, now here's this trackpad, and we have, okay, these are your mouse buttons. Then it looks like we also have like a little D-pad as well. I think that'll prove handy. Okay, the keys. Let's talk about the keys. Okay, so the keys have that kind of rubberized texture, so they aren't hard. They do, I guess you could call them soft touch. Now, each key is in its own little like well or little space. You can see obviously the square. So the keys are divided, but of course I'm pretty sure this is still a membrane keyboard. So yeah, but at least on the surface we touch, each of the keys is separated. Between the keys are kind of rounded or domed at the top. So as I'm sliding my thumbs across, I can feel when I'm leaving one key and going over to the next key. So the thumb kind of dips down and then comes back up, dips down, comes back up. So you can have some tactile sense of like how many keys you moved over. And alright, let's check the back here, or the side. So this almost looks like something. Is this like an antenna or something? Alright, I don't know. Perhaps there's something there. I'm going to read the manual. I'll find out. It looks like we have something tucked in the top. Now it has a little arrow pointing up, so I'm going to open that. Or try. Okay, there we go. So I did that. That's popped up. Oh, okay. There. That must be our wireless adapter. And it has, oh, and it has a little protector over to the actual USB, and it has Rii written on it. So that's pretty cool. And okay, so integrated little holder there. I'll put it back. And as you heard, it actually snaps into place, so it's not going to fall out. Alright, we have like a little inlaid barcode, kind of like a metallic-y sticker. Not actual metal, but you get the idea. Alright, and then over here we have, I guess, the all-important on-off switch. And of course our mini USB port to charge it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and charge it up and look over the manual real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, so the keyboard's charging right now, but I wanted to get back to the sticker. So I was right, that gray stuff does scratch off, much like a lottery ticket you get at the gas station or whatever, and there is another number underneath there. Alright, so I've gone ahead and charged up the device here. I left it plugged in until the little red light up in the corner went off, which I assume means it's finished charging. As you can see right now, there is a green light in the upper left hand corner. It's turned on. Okay, now as far as getting, I guess we could call it setup, although it's really not, I wouldn't even call it setup because it's so simple, but well, that involves taking out the USB dongle, the wireless adapter, and you can see I've already taken it out. Now, the adapter comes in this little sled that we've already seen before, but just to know that this whole thing doesn't get plugged in, instead you take this out and the dongle was hidden inside there, and the dongle is actually quite small. Anyway, that's already plugged into the USB port on my tower. Now, as soon as I plugged it in, the wireless adapter that is, I heard the typical ding, your operating system detected that a new device has been added. You know that thing when you plug in a keyboard, a mouse, or whatever, your camera. So, but no actual message came up saying like installing device or no need to find drivers. It was essentially I got the little chime and that was it. I was waiting to see if I had to do any setup, but nothing came, so I just started pushing buttons. And, well, to my surprise, when I pushed the buttons, it worked. That's right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and select the larger font size, so hopefully it's easier to see on the screen here. Delete. Okay, so that was me using the mouse, the actual mouse and keyboard, but from now I'm going to go ahead and use this. You'll notice that every time I push the button, a light in the upper left-hand corner illuminates. That lets us know that it is in fact transmitting. So here, let me go ahead and adjust the text size so it's easier to see. Okay, hopefully it stays that time. Okay, so here you go. I'm just going to push random things on the key here, and we'll see it being typed on screen. So yeah, you can see it's actually working. Now let's go over to the trackpad. I'm doing this one-handed, so alright, so if we go over the trackpad, you will see that I actually can control the cursor. Alright, obviously you do this holding it, not just with one hand, but anyway, you can do it as I'm doing it here, and you can see I'm able to control the cursor, and it's actually quite responsive. Now, as far as this touchpad goes, because the real estate is rather small, you might think, well, how does that interpret to on-screen movement of the mouse? Well, with doing no changing in control panels, so whatever I had it set up to work with my regular mouse, my wired mouse, leaving it like that, using this now, I'm able to move that cursor 66% across the screen, or let's say 2/3, by just going one swipe across the little touchpad here on our wireless keyboard / mouse. So I guess what I'm saying is that even though this is kind of small, you shouldn't need more than 2 swipes max to get all the way across your screen. And again, I didn't optimize for this thing at all. I just plugged it in and started using it. So the clicking, the mouse buttons, those actually work as well. Alright, so I've been using this for the last hour and a half while at my PC, and I just want to make sure I covered a few features. First, the caps lock. It actually has its own LED, so you'll know when you have caps lock on, so you're not text screaming at everybody you communicate with. The function key does work. Function control, that's your Windows key. Function enter is your Control-Alt-Delete. So that's some good shortcuts on that. Alright, next let's get over to the trackpad. The trackpad actually does have a mouse click function, meaning you do not need to necessarily push these. Well, if you want to right click, you will have to use this button, but if you just want to left click, you can just tap the pad itself. Now keep in mind, the pad does not depress, it doesn't make a click noise, but it will actually function on screen as a mouse click if you do that. And again, if you've used a trackpad, this probably isn't news to anybody, but I just want to make sure I mentioned it. So when you are moving your mouse from side to side, make sure you leave your thumb or finger or whatever down. Don't pick it up, put it down again, because that will count as a click. Alright, and now let's talk about this down here. These, I call this the D-pad earlier. Well, these are your arrow keys, so just like on a keyboard, up, down, left, and right. So yeah, use them as you would those. Alright, and whoa, yeah, back here. Earlier I said I didn't quite know what this was, but I'd get back to you on it. Well, this is apparently some of these, probably, I don't know, the X1 Plus or whatever, came with laser pointer built in. So this is where the laser pointer would have gone, and I think there was like a trigger. I don't know if it was on here or on the back or whatever. But so this particular model doesn't seem to have it, and I think they just capped it with that little piece of plastic there. So that's what that's about. Also, evidently there might have been some of these that had a backlit keyboard. So, the keyboard would illuminate. Evidently, this one doesn't have it because they said that would have happened when I first turned it on. So, alright. No biggie on that, though. Okay, what else? Oh, yep, let's talk about the OS operating systems that this works with. So, according to our instructions here, it works for... Well, first, it works with what I used it on was Windows 10, okay, 64-bit. But besides that, it also works on Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows CE, Windows 7, Windows 8, Linux, and then there's a whole bunch of 3.1, 9.0, 8.10, 7.0. And also, it works with Android OS as long as you have a standard USB interface. And it does not here tell me anything about iOS, so I can't tell you if it works on that or not. Okay, and also I wanted to do a size point of reference. So I have a standard playing card here, and to give you an idea of just how big or small, however you want to phrase it, this device is. Okay. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and get to the conclusion. Would I recommend this? Yeah. For what I paid, this is a very handy little gadget to have. I see this probably being most useful in like a business work type situation where, you could be giving your PowerPoint presentation and you don't have to run over to the keyboard and, hit next slide. And unlike a simpler remote, I know there's a lot of remotes that have like 3 buttons on it, so you can do just that. But this one, you can actually type something if you needed to. And as far as the whole typing situation, I think if you spent a little time with this, you'd probably get pretty decent at, typing at reasonable speeds maybe. And if you are one of us who has, had pre-iPhone smartphones, so the ones that actually have the physical keyboard on the bottom, this experience will probably be familiar. So, with that saying, I'd say, yeah, pick it up. And, it's so small and slim, you can drop it in your pocket or throw it in any size bag. And, yeah, you'll have another little gadget at your disposal. So,